Artez getting boulder toss, goddamn trying to get away. Yoki comes through, gets the call off. Artez about to fall, gets the blade mail. One more, they'll get the...
G2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning, solid as a rock, cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace. Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DotaPit League Season number 3. We're here with the group stages, Group A matchup between Cloud9 and Team Tinker. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is, of course, our second game, our last game of the day between these two squads. Our first game did not disappoint. Team Tinker, many thought, would be the underdogs in that first game. They came out on top with a very solid lineup. Quickfa, of course, in the Shadow Fiend, and Bulba playing his favorite Clockwork, even getting respect banned first round here by Cloud9. Pretty impressive stuff we've seen from these two teams already. And of course, I'm not alone. This is brought to you by High Ground TV, production done by Pitmunkle. And today, as of always, our co-caster, Tralf. How do you feel about that last game, man? How you feeling?
It was a stomp, but a very nice performance from Team Tinker. And Koikfa, I thought he did really well. Like, if you saw, his GPM was insane that last game. Didn't die once. Despite having to play against a sniper with Drow Aura, like as an SF. I usually see SF without the Drow Aura. Or sorry, I should say sniper without the Drow Aura just crushing SFs. But still managed to get some good CS. And didn't really... I don't know if he was fully going into the jungle to steal most of Enigma's camps, but I think he went there when he could, but did pretty good in the mid lane, actually. So Cloud9 this game, it seems like they always do this when they lose game, but they go to their roots, which is like the 4 Protect one with Batrider in the off lane. And so they pick up Omni Knight, Batrider. I'm wondering if they go like Venomancer mid with like a hard Ricer like PA or Naga for Envy. This seems to be with like their go-to draft when things go awry in the previous game.
The tried and true 4 Protect one, give Envy something to just, you know, keep the game elongated for a long period of time, like a Naga or something as well, something we've seen in the past. Something just to make sure that once they hit the late game, they could do work there. I already do like the Cloud9 start because No Tail on the Omni Knight plus Batrider played by Bone 7 is a very aggressive combo that works very well and is very difficult to deal with. So Cloud9 can just run at people. Team Tinker, that's hard to deal with. And now Team Tinker do go for the IO. There hasn't been a tiny ban. They've already also picked up the Bristleback. And this doesn't really lead you to believe that they're doing any dual lane mid, kind of shenanigans yet, but certainly an interesting start for Team Tinker, I suppose.
They still could pick up the Tiny if they wanted to. There's a lot of different options with Wisp. It's pretty bold that they pick it up first overall, like not even waiting at all. And for the usually you pick up a Wisp combo when you go Wisp Tiny, you pick it up when your second pick because it just gives the other team that much more time to think about what they want to pick up against the Wisp. So pretty bold statement coming from Team Tinker to pick up that Wisp. Wisp. I mean, I think Highlight Die will play it. I'm not sure that Way 2 plays Wisp, but maybe he's practiced it. We'll see.
I think it's more of a pilot eye hero. I might be wrong about that. But I mean, it's when the draft ends, that's when we'll know for sure who plays what. And for all we know, they could switch up, heroes if they really wanted to, but I doubt that very much so. Interesting ban in the Beastmaster, I suppose. That's something that the old Liquid used to run. I guess old Team Tinker, actually, now that I think about it. And they ran it very well. Now Cloud9 go for the Brewmaster, so they give that to Foxa, perhaps. They'll play that in the mid lane. So again, that 4 Protect 1 lineup coming out. A lot of team fighting early on, but the real question mark for me is what they grab for MV, because then that kind of just shows you what they're going for with their game plan. As of right now, there's a lot of team fight. They have a lot of initiation, but what are they actually doing for MV? That's the real question, in my opinion.
I mean, I know they love running Naga with Batrider, and Naga's pretty damn good against Wisp, so we'll see if that's what they go for. Right now for Team Tinker, with the Brewmaster picked up, they go with an Undying. Oh my god. Alright, we may see an aggressive tri-lane or some kind of aggro dual lane or something, but I mean, typically that's what you see with the Undying pick, because there's really no point to just have him pull and zone out one single hero. He can do much more than that, so, and you want him to, because I don't know, he's actually not too bad in the mid to late game anymore. They just keep buffing this hero over and over and over, but he still doesn't really get picked much, but I like to see him. He's a powerhouse in the mid to early in the mid game. The one thing I am scared is they don't have any lockdown at all whatsoever. So for the Brewmaster, so he's always going to get off a split.
That is 100% true. I'm a big fan of the Undying pick. The Dirge, this guy, he can run at you. It's pretty fun. You get a double decay early on, like 2 double decays, you drop your tombstone and you just die. Like Undying will kill you. It's just that simple. The hero is very, very strong in the early to mid game, like super strong. Maybe get a mech, maybe go for a little bit more utility. We'll see. I'm a big fan of Undying. Played him yesterday. I'm a big fan. But what do they like? It feels like they have a lot of early game and not much late game presence yet. I mean, Bristleback's very good in the late game, especially paired up with an IO. But they have a Gyrocopter for Cloud9, which is maybe NVCR, I'd imagine, unless it's a weird support gyro, which I don't think is the case. And it's tough to fight into. And the Gyrocopter is very good against Tombstone as well, to a certain extent. Storm coming out for Team Tinker, more than likely Quake this hero. Actually, I'm not sure if they play this in the safe lane or not. I really don't know what Black's going to play right now. I don't have any idea where these heroes are going yet. It's a very strange draft for me for Team Tinker.
Yeah, I'm just as confused as you. I mean, Bristol, if they wanted to go aggro tri-lane with like Bristol, IO, and Dying, I guess they could. Seems kind of... I mean, they would have a lot of healing potential with the Undying. Like, if Wisp tethers the Bristleback and Undying actually levels up the Soul Rip early on, you can double heal, so to speak, if you need to, so you can actually really sustain in the lane. The other thing I'm worried about for Cloud9, actually, is that they don't have very much burst for the Batrider, or like against anybody with the Batrider lasso. The best thing they have is the Omni Knight Purification, which is actually a huge damage nuke. It's pure 360 damage. So that's good, but that's a little unreliable. Omni Knight's usually further back, and as a support, I'm assuming, he's not going to get that many levels early on either, so that's the one thing I do fear. As you mentioned, it's probably going to be a core gyro. That would be kind of strange, I think, right now to see him as a 4 position, but if Cloud9 is worried about late game, they might want to put him in a 4 position, because if they lose the laning stage with the Gyrocopter as a 1, I don't know what they're going to do in the late game.
Gyro takes a bit of time to get back online, and honestly, I don't know. I think this is Cloud9's draft is really going to be reliant on the Brewmaster splits and the Batrider lassos. And like you mentioned, there's not that much nuke damage to bring heroes down, especially even if they do get a lasso off, especially against the Bristleback and Undying nonetheless, and like an eye with an overcharge. Plus relocate out against the lasso, relocate out against Brewmaster split. I mean, they have so many ways of getting it out of these fights, especially with the Storm Spirit. If he has a good time, then all of a sudden he takes over the game. He gets an Orchid. That's one way to shut down the Brewmaster, although he is a very tanky hero even up against the Storm. And the last pick for Cloud9, is it the 4 position Gyrocopter or is it the NV Gyrocopter? Uh-oh, I am lagging. No, we are good, I think.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
All right, well, the timer's paused for the picks bans. We are. All right, I guess we're okay. Let's see. Well, nobody's talking in chat, so that's a good sign. So maybe it was just you and me. That's odd. That's awkward.
It was just a little hiccup. We're good. We're good.
And
15 seconds left. We'll see what they want to pick, but yeah, that's one of the beauties of Undying when you pick them early. Oh, that happened to you again. It's happening to you.
Yep. We're back, I think.
It's
Well,
actually
we're not back
paused in
yet.
game too. Oh boy.
Yeah, we're having some technical issues, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if it's Valvo or something more sinister.
It's Volvo. They're talking in chat now. They said the pick is Nyx. They didn't want Treant Protector.
I can't even see the chat at this point.
Really?
The timer is paused for me. Stuck at 12 seconds. You said the pick was Nyx.
Yeah.
All right.
Instead of Treant Protector.
I didn't even see a Treant. I don't see chat.
5 seconds.
We might need a remake, I'm assuming.
Yeah, definitely. If that's the hero that they wanted instead of Treant. It was kind of weird because their picks or their time hiccuped big time. So there's a very good chance that they didn't actually get to pick the hero that they wanted.
Well, folks, it wouldn't be a Dota game without a couple of pauses and issues early on. And I have now DC'd the game.
Is this server? Is it all Euro or is it Euro?
It
one
is-
Euro. Then
it was first Lux, then second is US East. So, by the way,
Okay.
Team Tinker won on a Lux server. They won on Lux, even though they're all in NA at this point, I believe.
they're all actually moved to NA.
I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, I know Black's here. I know Bulba's in NA, obviously. I don't know about the rest of them. I'm not 100% sure, actually.
Okay. But
I
anyway,
would assume they're all here, but who knows?
they're all DECing from the game, so we should
Yeah.
probably remake.
I talked to the admin just a second ago, and yeah, there is a lobby up, so we're good in that regard. So, we're gonna make it in. Everything will be okay. Gotta get this game done, folks. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to get back in and ready to go. Alright, Nyx Assassin last pick. So Nyx Assassin Omni Knight support duo. Interesting. Plus Brew, Bat Rider, and Gyrocopter. That lineup to me seems a bit silly, specifically the support duo.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna if they have some kind of aggression from Team Tinker. I don't know how they're gonna try lane against that with two melee heroes as supports. That seems very strange. So I think it's gonna be dual lanes coming out from Cloud9. Something like Nyx Gyro top, and then like Omni Bat bottom or something like that. That's my guess.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know. I like Tinker's draft a lot in comparison. Well, we still have to see what they pick for their last pick, I believe. And now the picks are like eluding me. I can't even remember. It's very strange. Alright, I guess we're doing AP. I don't know if that screws up the ticket. Probably not. What? Rip highlights. Fire pimp. Hashtag fire pimp. I don't know what's happening, but he's screaming.
Right.
Alright.
It's fine. We're back. Here we go.
We're gonna start in just a second, hopefully. Everyone's asking me. Everyone's asking me if we should do AP. Yes.
I think AP is better, but
All right.
they changed the times, right? So it doesn't mess up with the game times.
Um, Still says Radiant and Dire for me. Dota, why are you broken? There we go.
Shout out to Mason.
Mason?
Whoa! I had something really loud on my computer. Yeah, shout out to Mason. And shout out to Grand Grant.
Shout out to Grand Savage Friday and the Lcast.
Oh, it's today, isn't it? He missed last week because he's a bitch.
Get him, dude.
He was dog sitting.
He's dog sitting?
Yes.
Very unsavage-like.
So if he skimps out again this week, I'm actually gonna remove him as a friend.
I don't think he'll skip out on this week. Did he tweet about it? I'm not sure. I think he did.
I'll have to check.
Search Grant. He hasn't tweeted about it yet. I don't know. Might skip out again.
I'll tweet him right now.
Oh, they last picked Razor, by the way, for Team Tinker, which is pretty solid. All right, we're in. We did it. We made it, folks. No disconnections. The game's now getting underway. Team Tinker versus Cloud9, game number 2. And yeah, finally we did it. If we had any more pauses or disconnects, I might have been a bit upset, but no, we're in. And we're gonna see some aggression bottom from Cloud9.
Envy boots on the gyrocopter. So he wants some early aggression with maybe a rocket barrage and a level 1 skirmish. Batrider comes down here, places a ward. It is going to be Nick's support in the safe lane, at least for now. No Tail, he's picked up an early Orb of Venom, so yeah, I imagine he's going to be dual laning off with this bat.
Yeah.
Unless they get like a kill and weird things happen. There's a ward being placed up here for the pole camp, and yeah, we'll see if they try to do something here at level 1.
This could be a clash. I like the level 1 for Team Tinker because they have a Razor, static link. They also have Undying, but they skilled Decay up, which is fine. Get like a triple or double Decay and you're at a good spot, but they only have 2 heroes down here. It looks like Tinker are putting a lot more pressure on getting that top rune spot than the bottom rune spot, which is fine. But there's still the possibility that Tinker can get that double rune. Although Sticky Napalm is very difficult to deal with. Double Decay is going to go, however, way too is in trouble. Rocket Barrage is going to go. They're looking for Degenor. They're going to get it, but they just secure the bouncy rune down bottom for Bone 7. Pilot Eye secures the top lane as the IO to get to that early bottle. It is already getting ferried out by the porcine Princess Penelope, one of the dumbest couriers I have ever seen. But you know what? That's all right. It's literally a dude with a pig on his back.
Wow, what the hell? I don't even pay attention to these things, but now I am. Now I'm gonna have to.
I made you aware. Pips in our ears like, what? What is happening? Like I said, one of the I've actually had that courier. I gave it away because I hated it. Oh dear, this is a aggressive dual lane Pylite die Bristleback against Envy and Misery. This seems disastrous. Down bottom, you have a Batrider up against a Razor and who's the other support here? Undying. I don't know, man. I feel like Tinker have the early game here. I mean, if Batrider tries to go on you, you static link him. No Till could come in Purification, but double Decay has already been used. There's the static link going for Black. Just going to steal about 21 damage. And Black seems to be doing okay. 2 stacks of Sticky Napalm. Double Decay does not hit. I think you only got the single Decay off that time. Actually, yeah, only get the single Decay.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. Is like if you can hit those double Decays, you win the lane. Like that's it. You win. But if you only get the single Decays, you have to be very careful with your mana, and then also your Tombstone usage. Courier Snipe from Misery is going to be coming out, or he's got to set up for it. But He's gonna have to wait a while, I think, because Quickfa has already brought his bottle out, but so.
Yeah, he rushed it. So when you're seeing that they're gonna rush a bottle, you need to be there like right away, especially if they get a bounty. I don't know if Quickfa did.
They gave it to the
They gave it to the Wisp. Okay, yeah. Who is up top? Which I love this lane, by the way. I think it's really easy to put aggression on with dual lanes, especially when the other enemy team is dual laning too. Envy's up to 3 CS, and this is the problem. It's not so much that they're losing the lanes, it's more of they're losing the lanes and their late game is like poo. It's like not very good, especially up against a Storm Spirit and a Wisp. Like I don't know how a Gyro is going to carry this against that, unless they have an amazing time and this Panda gets out of control. But I don't think Panda's like the matchup in mid is relatively even, and actually their CS is pretty much identical. So they're pursuing top lane. They're pursuing this gyrocopter.
Deep. They have a couple of stacks of cool sprays, 4 stacks. The rocket barrage actually misses. They're going to tether again. Overcharge is going to go. And it looks like one more cool spray will do the job. And this should be the kill. And that is first blood on your gyrocopter. That is not what you want to have happen. Pilot Eye is low. He might have to go back home. He's going to tango up. They actually have a salve. Are you kidding? Misery was getting a rune, not helping out his comrade in lane, which was part of the issue. And Envy is, I'm sure, frustrated, flustered, all of the above, as they're losing this lane handedly now. Well, but they will impale onto Bulba, but they do give him the nice overcharge. They do a lot of damage. Misery getting low. Spirits, one more would do the job. Almost hitting, dodges it. Envy actually blocks it, and now they have to back away.
Forces out a TP, which is cancelled, which is a crucial 100 gold from your support in the off lane, which is this Omni Knight. Batrider has... where's he gone? He went back to base, actually.
It's not 100 gold. It's not bad for Bone 7, 9 last hits. Razor has 17, though. That's the difference maker. Mid lane, 21. So is it fair to say that all lanes are currently being won by Tinker, or is it still a bit even?
All lanes are pretty much being won by Tinker. Like mid's a wash. It's pretty even, as to be expected, I think. But yeah, top lane is getting destroyed. Bottom lane, oh, there's actually a tombstone down. It's only level 1 though, so they're actually just gonna clean this up. So some good gold bounty going the way of Cloud9. You gotta be careful about the tombstone like that, especially early on. Bone 70, he does have Firefly. He should be fine.
Yeah, he should be. He's got to take one more right click. Black will back away. Does have 70 damage though, so. And also, Waitu had he got that elusive double decay at that rune spot. But again, you talked about the tombstone did go the way of Cloud9, so maybe a bit too much aggression. In this Fata, I'm not sure if Quickfa saw that. I don't know what rune that was. I think it was top rune, so he should have spotted out the invis. And that means Fata will back up, or rather Quickfa will back up and play a bit more passively here. As he does see now Fata, and now he can play aggressively again. And like you said, the mid lane is a wash, but he's leading by a bit. Mana Burn was about to go for Misery. Gets canceled again.
Yeah, they actually spotted him out.
Top lane, Envy is just getting run at. And Rocket Barrage now done. They need a couple more Quill Sprays. Regen up. TP's canceled once more. Flow. Bulba's going to go down to the Rocket Barrage. However, Envy should fall here to the right click of Pylai Die, but still Envy getting that kill onto Bulba is pretty huge, and Pilot Eye will TP away.
Yeah. Nicely done by Envy. I still think it's worth it for Team Tinker, though, in the end. Like, yeah, your carry died before, so Gyrocopter got experience, but actually, I think it's more important that the Wisp gets full experience, too. He's up to level 4.5, almost level 5.
Oh, boy.
And again, the same point still stands. Actually, mid lane, there's some damage going on to Fata. He's got 5 stick charges, though, so he should be fine, but yeah, the big thing is, though, is that if you're coming out even, or even if you're up just a little bit, I don't think it's good enough for a Gyrocopter carry.
Yeah, and when you get level 6 in the style, the game gets broken wide open, and Pilot Eye stack. Yes! Gets the stack off. It looks like that should stack up, and that'll be some nice stacks for the Bristleback more than likely. And what's happening bottom? Anything going on down here? Not that I can see. Batrider got very low. He's in the jungle. Bone 7's gonna have the patented, like, 8-minute Blink Dagger, as always, which is something that they desperately need this game. Just based on how the other lanes are doing. Quickfa has the DD, that's frightening. Now the overcharge gonna go. Now the ball lightning. He's gonna get the split off, though, and they have to back away now. Boulder Toss, Pilot Die in some trouble, has stick charges, getting low, getting chased down, getting dove. Has to use those stick charges, can tether away, gets Boulder Toss, and Pilot Die will fall. Koikfa staying nearby. Cyclone onto a creep. Oh no, what a mistake. Bata might actually die for this. He will pay for it by missing that Cyclone. Top lane, meanwhile, the dive going, and actually nothing happening that I can see. I'm not sure.
Oh, the damage of that quill.
Oh my lord. Black, holy. All that damage.
He must have had like 3 stacks at least on that quill spray, because that one quill did so much damage. But yeah, a very costly mistake with using the creep. I think he actually would have lived there. But yeah, he definitely would have lived there if Koikfa wasn't able to put some more aggression onto him after that. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange, at least in the mid lane. Obviously a 1-for-2 overall.
Yeah.
But the fact that Koikfa gets the kill and they use the Brewmaster split's a huge win again for Tinker.
Yep. That was a significant victory, and Koikfa, it almost was like he couldn't believe it. He's like, oh, he's cyclone a creep. Oh, I can kill you now. All right, well. So he just takes an easy kill, gets up to 600 gold. Bottle, we'll see if he goes Soul Ring next, and then into the Orchid or Bloodstone, we'll see. Koikfa having a pretty good start so far. Black, again, 38 CS on this Razor, so he's having a great time. No Tail, there's the Tombstone coming out. Plasma Field as well. Purification, he has Repel, but I think he's just dead. He actually just, he was lagging. There was some lag. Oh, okay. What happened? we lost.
This has been happening a lot lately, by the way.
Yeah.
At least to me, personally.
Yeah, I've had some lag and disconnection issues over the past 2 days of Dota. Not been the best.
That's actually crappy, because I don't know if he actually gets killed there, if that doesn't happen. It would have been close, because he could have maybe fogged after the damage came out from the Razor nuke.
Yeah, I think he might have been able to live. It's a moot point at this point, but it sucks. It's just one of those situations where... Yeah, maybe. Still could have died. Alright, I'm reconnecting. Is anybody back in yet?
I'm in, yeah.
I am now in. It looks like everyone else is reconnecting. Good work, Valve.
I did DC. I'm good.
You didn't DC? Are you serious?
Nope.
Oh, yeah,
You're
that
into
happens
it,
sometimes.
you know. Took 2
Pit
months,
Muckle
but now it's
literally
dead.
Ice Frog.
I had to mute it again.
Alright, well, that's unfortunate for No Tail, but it does happen, I suppose. That's not an excuse. Like, that should never be like, oh, it happens, you know, but it's just, that's the way it goes in Dota right now. I guess DCs abound, and
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
that gives Tinker an even better start, and they're diving top, well, at least putting pressure on the tier 1 tower. Where is Envy?
He was
Envy had to go
jungling.
back home.
Dire's top tower.
He spent most of this time jungling with Rocket Barrage and Flat Cannon. So he just can't lane. He actually goes for treads. He just wants some more HP.
His bottom tower is
And top lane taking some damage onto this tower. There is
They
an
have Warpath.
Invis Batrider actually, who's not level 6 yet though, but they might be able to do something with his Firefly. He's very low. Ooh, nice heal.
That was really good. They can't get the kill. Pylai Die stays alive for the time being. Tethers again, and
Dire's bottom tower.
Towers
That's
in
5
range,
heroes?
So yeah, they rotate all 5 top lane. They can't get a single kill. The only thing they get out of this is a denied tower, and it is Envy. Envy.
Dire's middle
Somebody deny the tower. Oh dear.
Well, no deny just...
Yeah, just draw air. Keep pinging it.
Now, there is a case to be had, though, about this, that since they already have their glyph, it might be better... Okay, they're just gonna deny it. I've seen teams... I've seen teams do this where, like, if they have the glyph, they might as well keep the tower there if they're not gonna have it be destroyed, just so that they can have the opportunity to TP there, but... They choose not to have the risk and deny it, which is the more safe route.
Nice observer ward in lane. By the way, Bristle is going for the Vanguard. They smoke up. Where are they gonna head? Oh, here we go again.
Oh, GG. GG.
Ollie, indeed.
This time it hit me, by the way. Rip Euro interwebs.
Maybe we shouldn't have played on US East. Maybe that was the mistake.
Dude, probably not. USC servers are just... They're so messed up right now.
Garbage.
This is happening every single game, multiple times. At least in my experience in the last day.
Yep.
Horrible.
I lost a game the other day because Akuka disconnected and he couldn't reconnect. I was Phantom Lance and I was 6 slotted. I was so mad. I was very upset. Well, what can you do? but complain about the servers. Dodo, Volvo.
Oh, I'm back. Well. Looks like everyone died. I mean, look at this.
All right, the lobby just disappeared for me. The game, I can't reconnect.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Oh, there we go. Now it's up. That scared. And by the way, it's not just us. By the way, it is
Everybody.
Yeah, I'm looking at Dakota's tweeting what is going on. Every game is pauses and disconnects, so it must be everybody. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Starlight, I'm sure, is having a good time. Damn, did you see Grant's tweet back at you?
No, but he messaged me and he said F me. So now I gotta go look.
Well, he said, all right, let me say this on stream real quick. He said, if you skip out on Savage Friday, I'm removing you. And Grant says the retard who has a match in 2 hours and won't even be there, question mark. That's what he said in return. He got you, dude. Get him.
Got me.
Get him. Go get him, dude. Don't let him talk to you like that.
You should 1v1.
I shouldn't. I'm scared of 1v1 Grant. He took down Fear when he was
When everyone
already
was
drunk.
so drunk. Oh god. Good.
That was a good stream. It was a good time. I think everybody had a good
That
time.
was actually so
Wait, that
good.
was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? That was the last Savage Fridays, I think.
Yes, I believe so.
That was
Maybe
good
we will
skip
see
out.
some. Maybe we will see some drunken 1v1s tonight.
I'm not even. There's no way I would ever challenge anybody in that stream to a 1v1 because I would get decimated. You, I have faith in, though. I have faith in you. If you
can
decide to
bet
take him
Rasmus.
on.
You know, just the two
What?
of us on 12 and
What?
Grant.
What?
Yeah.
What, Pim?
We can, you know, just bet rares.
Bet
I'm not-
rares? You want to bet rares?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I bet. I don't know, man.
Who you
Last time
wanna
I
bet
bet
on?
against Grant. Last time I bet against Grant at TI3, I lost money. So I don't know if that's the best course of action.
What's your drunk hero? Everyone's got a drinking hero.
My drinking hero?
Yeah, like a hero that you only play when you've been drinking. Mine's Lone Druid.
Apparently, it's been PL for me the past couple of days. I like never play the hero, and then I got super drunk and I played PL, like the new PL for the first time. Fed so hard. Did not use Doppelganger like at all in its intended way. Then I played it again last night, and that was the game where I got 6 slotted. I actually had a really good game, even though I was drunk, and it was 4 versus 5. But my team had fed Tinker like a beyond godlike spree at 15 minutes, so he had Dagon 5 E-Blade very early on into the game, and I had to deal with that. Good thing I had to defuse. He'll defuse off his Ghost Scepter when he was trying to TP away, that son of a bitch. Should have won that game. I'm still mad. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm ranting now.
Let it all out, Mont. Let it all out.
I'm trying, dude. By the way, I've been messaged by the Tinker manager, Phil, and he says, Black Bolt awaits you are in NA right now. Pi is moving in a couple weeks, and Koikva is timing right around his school schedule. So that answers that question, is that 3 people are in NA, 2 still in EU. So for the majority of Tinker, they are in NA. So just something to keep in mind, I suppose.
Okay. Cool. Yep, and well, as a US West person, I would rather play Lux than East, at least now. Like, the East servers are so bad.
Yeah, they're pretty terrible. I don't know what the deal is, but
Can't you host
I
like
would-
can't we host like LAN style VPN servers?
what do you mean? Do you mean local lobbies?
Yeah, because Dota TV works with local lobbies, right? So we could possibly set up a VPN in US East. Like
Wouldn't
at a
that
good
lag?
position. No, who would lag?
I don't know, man. I
just need a
listen,
second PC. This would work then.
If you say so.
Damn, son. Got it all worked
I hope
out.
you were unmuted for. I hope you were unmuted
Yeah, I
for
am,
that
I am.
exchange. Okay, thank God.
I'm usually unmuted in pauses just because I'm so good at killing time. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Look at this. I just need to talk and the game is gonna be going. This is amazing, isn't it?
You are the new Mott Packs. Instead of telling jokes, you just talk about
Got him.
VPNs and server
Alright.
issues. And there's a
for
smoke, by the way, from Cloud9, MV, No Tail, and Bone 7. As we reconnect to the game, we're getting ready to go. Top lane looks to be a fight as Misery's getting caught out, and looks like Boba will get this kill, waiting for the carapace. Gets impaled. Spirits, he did a bit of damage before dying. Bottom lane, Koikfa out of mana. No stick charges. Lasso's going to go relocate. Will they save him? Call down as well. They bring in Boba. They do already grab one. They're going to grab maybe two here if they're not careful. Pilot Eye's going to get blown up. They repel Envy, but of course the Quill Sprays go through it. However, here comes Black. Envy about to fall and will. Turns into a 2 for 2. 3 for 2. Now Fata running in. He does have split. Static Link's gonna go. Fata waiting to use it. The clap's gonna fly out. Black seals 168 damage. Whip 1. He's gonna have to split. He barely gets it off. And Flo, Boba gets a double kill, bringing down the Batrider as well. The split used defensively to stay alive. Waits you up in the air. Black man fighting the Fire Panda with 224 extra damage. Get that 12 gold, Black. Get that 12 gold and get out of there.
Oh, this is just a disaster. And you can tell that Cloud9 are playing with frustration. Like, they're using spells for no reason. Like, that split was just did absolutely nothing, and he knew it was going to do nothing. They're just playing with a lot of frustration, and it stems, I think, from this weird draft, man. I mean, as weird as Team Tinker's draft is, I think that Cloud9's is even weirder in response to what Team Tinker had. And not only just the draft, but just the lane setup. Like, they had Nyx, who wasn't even top to begin with. Kind of, I don't even know what he was doing. Stacking, maybe for Batrider.
He was, like,
maybe
rotating, getting runes a lot of the time. But
and he finally came up. But even if he was, maybe his thinking is like, dude, I'm a support Nyx. Like,
yeah, like, what am I
going
supposed to do in this situation? That's what, like, well, and the thing is, like, if you pick, like, any other support hero, like a Skywrath, maybe that lane goes a lot better, or Revenge, or anything.
Banned out. Skywrath was banned out in the 5th position, which I think was a good ban from Team Tinker.
Okay, well, like, but still, any other support, like a range support, like a Witch Doctor, for example, anything other than a Nyx Assassin, I think is a good choice.
Yeah, I don't get the. I mean, the Nyx was probably a pick against the Storm, but I don't think it's that effective when your other support was already showing it was a melee hero in the Omni Knight. So
yeah,
I don't know.
They really value this Omni Batrider combo heavily, but it didn't even do much in that bottom lane because you have Black on this Razor, and then you have an Undying who's like very difficult hero to fight into because of Tombstone, which is, by the way, maxed out now. Like, that is not the hero you want to run into in a dual lane, regardless of what heroes you have down in that bottom lane.
Yeah.
So I think, like, I agree with you 100%. This draft is, and not only that, but I really do not like Gyrocopter. I think he's got a certain place in the meta, but I'm not a big fan of him solo carrying a game at all. So that's just me, I suppose.
Yeah, and especially I don't remember if Razor was picked up last, right?
Yes.
Do they pick Gyro into a Storm? I don't 100% remember.
I think they did. I think Gyro was 4th pick, and then Storm was like before that. I might be wrong, but okay.
Yeah,
well,
but that would be interesting because picking Gyro into Storm is like I feel like really awful if they did that, because there's just no lockdown. Storm can just have a field day with Gyro just constantly running around. Also, one thing to note is this doesn't get talked about enough, but Storm Spirit is very, very good with extra attack speed. This is why Orchids is such a great item onto him, because the faster he can attack, the more Overlord charges he is applying to the enemy. And hold that thought as we have an engagement bottom.
Quick was looking for a target to go onto. They know exactly where Bone 7 is. He's going to lasso up. They're going to tether to him. Call down's going to go. Boba is going to turn his back, and this should be enough. Repel onto Envy. Nice
stun.
Tombstone is down. They do get the split off the GA as well. Black trying to do his best, but he's getting low. It is a 2-for-1 trade so far, but the Quill Sprays are stacking up. They blow up Envy with the right click from Black up to 224 damage. Split still going. Boulder Toss doesn't have that damage that it used to have, and Fata cannot get down to the low ground. He's going to fall as well. Turns into a 3-for-2. And somehow, even with GA, even with Lasso, with Call Down, with Split, they don't win the fight, which to me is absolutely incredible. They use every single ability, and they cannot take the engagement.
And they had a really nice double stun with initiation onto the Wisp from Misery. He went onto the Wisp, which is the hero you really do need to go on. Like, I think it's like the only hero you can kill right off the bat anyway. So he went onto the Wisp, got a very nice double stun, but still just wasn't enough. Also, Batrider is not very good against Razor, which was last picked by Team Tinker.
Yes.
Obviously, they didn't pick Batrider into that, but that's still one thing to note, is Razor's fantastic against Batrider. you can't really lasso him, so he chose to lasso who? The Bristleback?
Yes.
Didn't seem very effective,
No.
especially when you have overcharge with Pylai Die and the Wisp.
Yeah, like he called down, and then the overcharge came out. I'm like, there's no way Bulba's dying. And Bulba is probably building towards what I would imagine either is an SNY or BKB. Which do you feel is a better choice for Bristleback in this situation, or Halberd? Which do you like better?
I don't think he needs BKB. He has the Wisp behind him. And in fact, it's almost worse if he builds BKB because then the Wisp can't help him out. So
Right.
I think it should be SNY if he has his Ogre Club.
Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower
And then at that point, how do you kill him? He actually, well, he is going BKB because he has a Mithril Hammer on the courier. I didn't even notice that, but there it
Okay,
is.
well, I don't really think he needs it, but I guess maybe he's saying, Wisp, now you can tether up the Razor, and Razor will be the one that you need to help more. But one thing I was going to note is that as there is a haste and a smoke up on the Koikfa, and he's not going to find anybody here because all members of Cloud9 are actually bottom.
Look at way too. They all walked back past the Roche pit, and he's like, "Oh my god, oh my god!"
Oh, they have a
please don't
sentry
kill
here.
me." Meanwhile, Black, they see Misery with the sentry, like you talked about, walking in the backside. Way two's like, "I am in between a rock and a hard place here." Misery's still walking around. He's gonna try to TP. Sentry comes out. They see him, but they can't stop him. Undying has no way to disable anything unless he buys something like a Eul Scepter, but so he actually does get that TP out just fine. And BKB should be flying out soon. In fact, it is done for the Bristleback. So I think now Koikfa's Orchid's also done. They have a pretty significant lead, but here's the smoke gang coming out. Koikfa's not necessarily the target they want to go for, and I think they're aware of this. Botsa could try to just jump in, but
I think it is the target you want to go for. I think I would definitely want to kill Koikfa if I could isolate him. The problem is if Wisp is on his game and if he has a relocate ready to go, then you have to be very, very careful about that. So, yeah, if you're looking at heroes, you have to. There's only two targets really that you can go on. It's the Wisp or the Storm, and probably the Wisp so that you can't get the overcharge applied to somebody else with the heal. But yeah, as long as Wisp keeps his distance, I don't know how Cloud9's going to approach this. And they're using, I think, all their smokes. Do they have any left?
find out.
I don't think so.
I'll restock in 1 minute. They have none left. I don't think they have any on the heroes. They don't.
Are they really smoking into Roche? I don't. Well, they actually have a double damage on Panda, so maybe they do get
Is
this.
this enough?
It's actually doing a lot of damage.
I'll trade for a tier 2 more than likely. I mean, if you're Team Tinker, you have decent vision. You have to know something's up.
They would never expect this though, because this is not a Roche lineup from Cloud.
But Koikfa
Unless if Bone 7 like fireflies and walks upwards or something. Oh no, the courier is walking towards Roche.
Yeah, they know they're in there.
no.
They have that ward. Oh no, this could be a disaster. They have to get there soon though. Roche is falling low. Waytu's about to walk into the pit. He'll probably drop the tombstone.
Oh god.
There's the tombstone.
God.
It's gonna go. Can he get Roche out? Ball lightning. The plasma field. Did they get the Aegis? Fata did pick it up. Was it snatched? No. They get the Roshan and the Aegis. Fata splits, and now Black going to work, static linking the Earth Panda. Meanwhile, they get the Radiant Courier on the other side of things. Koikfa low in mana. Nice mana burn coming out. Double Impale coming through as well. Static Link still going. Now the call down. Koikfa has to leave. Black taking a lot of damage. Pink Panda way too healing himself up. Now the overcharge coming in. Now the Bristleback finally getting there. Envy gets the double kill. Black has 196 damage, but it's about to go, and they can't stop Envy from TPing, and somehow that is not as big of a disaster as it should have been. Fata will try to TP out. Looks like he will make it as well. Somehow Cloud9 come out ahead on that fight. That was an incredible engagement. Now I thought for sure that Roche was going to go to the side of Tinker, but not so.
It could have gone just disastrous and ended the game right away. Like if they got the Roche and there's the lasso, but he's very, very purged. Black taking a lot of damage. He's going to try to. Oh, he tried to TP away, I think, but he just died. So
yeah.
That's a kill streak too. So what looked like it was going to be a complete disaster, because oh, top lane, it looks like some action on the Envy. There's the Orchids. Envy has, by the way, a Demon Edge. Is he just going to go Tread's Rapier? Oh my god.
If he does that, I'm quitting. I am leaving the Dota game at that point.
Oh my god, that'll be one of the funnier things I've seen ever in Dota. Just a straight up Tread's Rapier, first item Rapier.
It doesn't be like an MKB is like, okay, great, you have damage, but I really hope it is Rapier.
I actually think that's so fucking hilarious, man. All right, I'm sorry. But the biggest reason why they actually came even in that fight was the Bristleback got flame braked up right above Roshan, and he took forever to TP. I think he was scared of like getting his TP canceled and being there forever, so he was like very patient about it. But because he was so patient, he was just out of the fight entirely. So
I will say, if there is one way for Cloud9 to get back into this game, besides whatever just happened at that roach pit, it is a rapier. that could do it. I think it's probably going to be an MKB as much as I would like to see a rapier. You don't often see Tread's Demon Edge too much though in competitive play, but who the hell knows with Envy, honestly.
I think it is though. I mean, yeah, there's no reason to be like, what's my first item? Yep, MKB.
MKB sounds good.
I mean, I guess it could be crit, but why would you not buy the Chrysalis first? So this is definitely just a straight up first item rapier, I think, for Gyrocopter.
I'm holding you to that. We'll see.
I'll bet rares. You want to bet some rares?
All right, I bet it is an MKB.
I don't know how to bet rares. How do we do this?
We say we're gonna bet a certain amount of rares before, and then whoever's right gets the rares.
You think it's gonna be MKB?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bet 5 rares is gonna be rapier.
5 rares. That's a little rich for my blood, Ralph.
Okay, how about 2?
2's fine. I'll bet 2. I'll bet 2. I'm not willing to put my entire rare livelihood on, which is, it's not my entire rare livelihood. I just don't want to. I have a feeling he could go rapier, so I'm kind of hesitant about it. But I will bet 2 rares that it's an MKB.
Okay. See, I have just like so many pages of items that I never even have looked at that I just all my rares are disposable.
Big spender, Tralf over here.
No, I don't spend them. I collect them from like random matchmaking games. I get lucky, man.
Yeah, apparently so. The dark times when nobody got rares. I'm sure he got rares even during that point.
That's right.
What did you say, Pimp? Say again.
I said I'm sure he's got like 15 sets a day.
15 sets a day. Well...
At least, right?
At least. He is rolling in rares.
Okay, question for you guys. What is Misery doing? Just say. I'm muted again, this is hilarious.
Misery.
Damn it.
What's going on, buddy? Did he go MKB?
I owe you some rares.
Yes! We did it!
How boring, man. Come on.
It's boring. I'm actually kind of upset myself.
I'm betting this because I had more faith in him. It'd be way more fun to watch.
That is, Envy is not the type of guy to go MKB or rapier first item.
Really? I feel like if anyone would do it, it would be him.
Ooh, Wei-Tu is dead as hell. That was a nice initiation. Misery now almost has his blink dagger. That's pretty big. Bristol is alone. He does have Black nearby, but everyone else is bottom. Pilot Eye sitting with Koikfa, like they have relocate if necessary. All right, so the game's really slowed down now, and I think that almost benefits Cloud9, so they can sit back, farm more, get that MKB, get the Blink Dagger from Misery. No Tail has literally nothing unless it's flying out. Yeah, literally nothing.
I mean, Panda's got good items. His net worth is actually pretty high up there. He's got BKB and a Blink and another 1100 gold, so Fat is doing very well for himself. Envy, he's almost got that MKB. And I guess they do have the Omni Knight, which is really... Oh, there's a haste rune that's just left there. And Pilot is going to have to wisp and tether away, and he will be fine.
There's the Blink from Misery that we were talking about. Game has devolved to split push it from Team Tinker. I don't think they wanted to fight into the Aegis, but the Aegis is gone now. And, I mean, Bristleback is still very tanky, and has the Sange, which, again, Halberd or SMY. We'll see which. Black has his Aghanim Scepter, and an Ogre Club, so it looks to be a BKB for Black as well.
Dude, good thing I didn't bet 5 rares.
Yeah, seriously.
Alright, what rares do you want? Do I just give you 2 random ones?
Just give me 2 random ones, I don't care, it's fine.
Okay.
We'll deal with it later.
I have like 5 rare Furion sticks, so I'll just give you the...
No duplicates, though. Give me 2 rares that are different.
Okay.
Alright, okay.
I can do that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That looks like that is a dead tier 2 tower. Pilot Eyes Getting Blink impaled right now. He's getting mana burned as well. Ball Lightning, Orchid to save Highlight Eye. They're like, let's not chase this any further. I saved your life. It's time to back up now. Our team's not here. Fata could get jumped on, but he does have Blink. He also has BKB. There's the MKB. Sweet rares. Sweet, sweet rares.
It's weird because I'm usually right about everything, but this time...
Trout was right.
This time, not so much.
Was wrong. Trout was wrong, all right?
I mean, you know, every dog has his day, and today it's Mott's day, so...
That's right. I'll take it. I'm usually wrong all the time, but you know what? Today, Envy proved me right. Envy, I owe you some rares, buddy. Oh boy. Ooh, Smoke and a Vendetta gank up to the top jungle. Blink could be ready to go. They see him. They have the Sentry Ward. The BKB's gonna go for Flow for the Bristleback. They get the split off now as well. Zoning out No Tail. No Tail might have to GA, but got Orchid. He's gonna fall. Solar, Bone 7 about to fall. Koifa grabs the kill with the Ball Lightning. TP away from Misery. He will make it out just barely. Cyclone from the Wind Panda onto Koifa, but still Bristleback going to work. Blackened squad heading up to the top tier 1 or tier 3 tower rather. Fata finally gets away. TP's up. No split available. Eye of the Storm's gonna go, and now the damage, it's gonna start hitting up onto this tier 3 tower. How much can they do to the tier 3? Can they even push? Against the MKB, against the call down, might be difficult. Jump in, Clap's gonna go. Fata getting low as well. There's the call down. Blink and Pale only hits onto Black. Black getting low. Black might fall and will. Orchid too late to the party. And they defend out their tier 3 tower. Highlight died, nowhere to be found. Way too just TP's right out in front of them.
Oh, nice stun from Misery.
Big Misery jump in, Blink and Pale. Bulba's probably dead here. Bulba's definitely dead here. Goodbye, Bulba. Fata gets the kill.
Are Cloud9 doing it? They have some pretty good base defense with this call down actually from Gyrocopter. It's doing a lot of damage. And I think that what happened was the Wisp relocated someone in, and then he left them. So when he came back bottom, it looked like he was just doing nothing, because his relocate was on cooldown right away. So maybe it was the Storm. I don't know for sure, but somebody, yeah, Storm. Okay.
They relocate in, and I will have to be there in fights from now on, though. I mean, he's gonna have the mech, he's gonna have the overcharge. That's the most important part about the hero. I mean, relocating in is great, but I don't think he makes that same mistake twice. Wave 2 is starting out to be the least farmed hero in the game. He's giving a lot of space for his team, but at a lot of a cost. You'd like to get at least one item on him and dying, and he has an urn, and that's it. And that's not the best item to have.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
What was I going to mention something? Oh, yeah, I talked about this in the drafting stage, and we didn't really touch too much on it because Team Tinker was just kind of rolling through this game up until now in this point. But they have no real lockdown at all. So when, for instance, they put up a sentry and they're all waiting around a sentry and they see an egg, they're like, nice, we caught him, but they can't actually do anything to him. Their only stun is a storm pole. That's it. So top lane, they actually get the, it should be an easy kill. He wastes his TP, unfortunately. That's a little bit questionable, but yeah, without the storm there, they don't actually have anyone to really lock down. So I think if you're at least Bristleback, your next item should definitely be a Basher. But he is very, very farmed, so I'm sure you can pull it out.
SNY, BKB, Vanguard. Basher is not out of the realm of possibilities, although Fata is now the most farmed hero in the game, as he's going for what I would imagine to be an Assault Cuirass, although, yeah, I mean, it's probably an Assault Cuirass. Since he already has the Hyperstone, that would be a huge item to have, and something that I think eventually Tinker build, but again, if you go Assault Cuirass, then you're not going Basher onto Bristleback, so it feels like a lot of the progression stems from Bulba and what he's going for.
Wait, he has a Hyperstone on Bulba?
On Fata.
Oh, okay.
Brewmaster, so he's got the Assault Cuirass. It's done, actually. It's flying out to him right now.
Yeah, he's top net worth in the game. So Fata's done really well this game.
That is a 6,000 net worth lead. It used to be 10,000 for the net worth lead for Team Tinker, and now the experience is 5,000. It's starting to dwindle. Oh, here we go. Blink Lasso's gonna go in. It's on Black right now. Not getting his BKB off. Black gets blown up. They get the split as well. They take two as Waitu goes down as well. Envy getting right-click. GA not being used. No Tail going to work, trying to find another hero. Now the GA finally gets off. Bulba getting low as well. Gets relocated out. Not the best fight. A 2-for-1 trade. Tinker have to leave, but Koikva getting impaled. Where's the follow-up? Cyclone now coming in from the split. Fonza has a DD and the Assault Cuirass. How much mana does Koikva have? Enough to ball lighting away. Purification, he'll try to TP out. Looks like he will make it. So he does get out just in time. Top lane, they actually keep Bulba up here to split push and push into the base, but they back away instead. Although Misery's looking for an Impale. Spike Carapace is going to go. Impale not going to hit. And another tether to get them out a bit quicker. Still very good fight from Cloud9. There's so much to deal with. Split, Guardian Angel, Repel, Call Down. It's really tough to fight into, especially without a BKB, which Black has finally got, I believe. Yeah, he just picked it up.
Yeah, he actually had it before that fight, but it was on the curve and it was slowly coming out to him. So they just killed the Razor before anything even happened. But that's going to happen even if he doesn't cast his, or even if he does have BKB, I think, because if he doesn't cast it in time, he's still just going to get blown up. So good job by Bone7, and despite Razor being quite good against Batrider, it kind of keeps him in place. If the rest of his team is ready for that Batrider lasso, it doesn't really matter even if you just stand there, because it disables them for what, 4.5 seconds? 3.5 seconds.
Oh boy, Roshan, and this is going down quickly, and it looks like Cloud9 have absolutely no idea. They might have an idea, but they're going to be a little bit late to the party, I believe, as Roshan is now dead. Koikva has the Aegis, and they're going to run right up the high ground. They have vision. They saw that Batrider was nearby. They are not going to dive any further. They're going to try to go for the tier 2 tower instead. But I don't know. I feel like maybe Team Tinker are being a bit too callous with their play and not understanding that they've given away a lot in these last couple of engagements. But however, they have these BKBs. Scythe is being built by Koikva as he already has his Lincoln Sphere completed. Maybe they get this tier 2 tower, they back up and farm a bit more, but that is a glyph being used for a tier 2 tower, so glyph will be down if they try to push tier 3 or if a fight breaks out, and the tier 3 tower might be a casualty in the near future.
Yeah, I think they just need to push out lanes to wait for the next Razor ulti, and then go with that. Be nice if do they have a gem on their side?
They had one on Koikva.
They have one on Koikva, okay. But there's a couple wards they can spot out. He's going to see one right now. He should see, yeah, he's going to kill that ward. There's another one down by the top rune. And we'll see if he can find that. But yeah, just push out lanes, I think, wait for the next Razor ulti, and then I think you're good to go. It's just kind of scary, though, because Razor, while the ulti, he needs to be up in the front lines for the ulti to do damage to the tower, he can't be in the front lines because, like we saw, he just gets killed immediately. So kind of has to just be, like, Bristleback up in front. Unless the Wisp is ready to go with the relocate, but you can't always rely on that.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of relocate, he's actually just him and Koikva are palling around. They really want this Scythe. If they can get the Scythe, then they take somebody out of the fight immediately. Maybe even Fata before he gets his BKB off. That is a tall order, and to kill him especially is going to be hard as well because of the Assault Cuirass. But if they can kill him before the fight even begins, or at least get him out of the fight, they'll be in a good spot. However, they're spending a lot of time investing into No-Tail and making sure they orchid him. He doesn't get his GA off. They're really not concerned about the lasso at this point, and that really hasn't been the biggest issue for them. It's been more so the call down, the split, and the Guardian Angel and Repel that has been an issue. So, I'll keep going. They're looking for the tier 2 tower. They're going to take the tier 2 bottom, it looks like.
And waiting to see what Bristleback buys for his next item. I still think, at this point, because they're pushing, maybe just Assault Cuirass would be better. And it's probably what he goes for, but I still think Basher is really, really good on Bristleback. But here we go. Aghanim's up for Black. Ultimate is applied, and we'll see if they try to initiate on Razor again. I think that's their best bet, actually. We'll see.
They get the Impale off. The BKB goes for Black. The Static Link going as well. Fatsa silenced up, pops his BKB, gets the split off. Now you have to back away if you're Tinker. They will bring out I think that was a full Assault Cuirass. No, that was just a plate mail. As I think they were bringing out maybe the Bristle. Whose is that? It is Black's, actually. Maybe he's going for it or a Shiva's Guard, one of the two. But BKBs are down, splits down as well. Maybe you wait for the next Razor Ultimate and go again. As they do not have a split for 75 seconds. That's actually pretty big. But the Aegis might be gone by that time. Who has it? Koikva, what's the timer on? So he's got it for 2 minutes. So they have 2 minutes to work with that Aegis. And I'm not sure. Koikva actually has his Hex. He's going to buy it right now. And now they definitely go, I think. I think they definitely go.
They need to wait for the Bristleback to have his BKB up again, but it's going to be up soon. And yeah, so it's going to be a Shivas for the Razor, and then Bristleback is going to go for the Assault Crest, and he has that in about 1,000 gold. So I wonder if they wait for that. It's a pretty big item. You also want to utilize the Aegis if you can, though.
Yeah.
Which I actually think is more important. It gives you the ability, especially on a storm, to just run in there and just create a diversion, especially for heroes that push towers quickly, like the Bristleback and the Razor, and just buys your team time.
This is the tough spot. Do they go? Do they wait? Do they say screw the Aegis? I'm not sure.
I think they should go, but something tells me they're going to wait for this Assault Caress.
They're just farming. They're pushing out all the waves first and foremost. Bottom lane is where Cloud9 are situated. They have some decent items. They have the Butterfly, which we've talked about already for the Gyrocopter. They have the MKB. Now they have the Mom up on the Bat Rider, so that even if he does get purged, maybe he could be a bit faster in getting those heroes back towards the back lines, the front lines of Cloud9. But Envy clearing out the creep wave rather easily with his Rocket Barrage propelled up. Very tough to fight into that. And Bulba is 600 gold away. And I think this Aegis has 30 seconds left, so if they wanted to go, I think they would have done so already. It looks like they're just going to wait this Aegis out and form up the Assault Cuirass. They're all backing up to back across the river. Bulba gets a DD, but he will just jungle it up, probably push out bottom wave, and then wait for another Roshan, which is up in 5 minutes. So that is a long respawn time.
Yeah, and the problem is that right now, if they went with the Assault Caress, Storm Spirit doesn't have buyback, and he doesn't have Bloodstone, so it's not like his death time is going to be reduced at all. So that is a little bit scary if they're able to get, like, if they get Storm in a stun with Nyx, with him having this much damage in his Linken's, if it's already popped, that mana burn's actually going to come into play, and this is the reason why they drafted this hero, I think. So that is one thing you have to be careful about. They're going to smoke up right now for Cloud9. They have 3 wards on them. They actually use the Vendetta. Maybe Nyx wants to pass off the wards to someone so that he can give them to them so they can get the extra vision. But here we go. Like I said, if they can get this Storm Spirit kill, that's massive. He also has a gem.
Quirkva's being very patient, throwing up the remnants, getting some nice vision around himself, but Pilot Eye is sitting very close to the tower. Lasso not going to go. Now the Force, now it finally catches him. Pilot Eye is dead as hell. Rocket Barrage and Purification is really all they need. He's dead for 55. That's a pretty big pick. I mean, Io going down is not bad, but I think Tinker will do their best to force the rotations back to the tier 3 tower, as they are pushing in the bottom lane. And already one TPing home, that is going to be Fata.
I wonder what kind of play Storm's going to make here, if he's going to maybe try to look for someone. Looks like he's... Oh, they actually have vision of him because they have a ward placed over here. If they can get an open stun from Nyx and then take his Linken's off.
Hex up on the Misery. Well, that's not going to happen. Misery does stay alive with Purification. He'll just ball lightning away. Quick is actually running out of mana. Kills the ward in the process. And they can't catch him. He's just too damn fast.
Okay, well, could have been bad for both sides, actually, but nice heal from Omni, keeping that Nyx alive. Also making him stay alive so he still has the gem. And Fata
might have to.
He does have a BKB. Just gonna split.
He's gonna split instead. Relocate in. The Earth Panda is what they want. And I think he's resigned himself to death on the Earth Panda. Where's the Wind Panda? Oh, he wants
his Earth Panda to be killed, but they're not killing it. This really smart play from Team Tinker. Actually, are the Undying minions gonna kill it? Oh no!
No! The Undying.
3-2-2.
And Fata actually he's like, thank God those minions killed me.
Grüße an den Zombies? What does that mean?
He's giving the zombies a high five, pretty much. No, it's like regards. It's like
regards.
That's what you write in your letters. You know,
okay.
Viele Grüße, many regards.
Oh,
okay.
That's some funny stuff, I gotta say. But Split is on cooldown for only 50 seconds. Black has his Shiva's Guard now, I believe. I might be wrong about that. Nope, there it is. Assault Cuirass is done. Roshan is up in 2.5 minutes. It is a almost full duration respawn, and Cloud9 are going to make their home around the Roche Pit for a couple of moments here, while the rest of Team Tinker farm up the Ancients, stay around, and try to stay together. Last time we checked Wei2, all he had was the Brown Boots, Magic Wand, and Urn, and he's upgraded to Arcane Boots, so there's that. Good work, Wei2. very difficult to get farm on the 5 position. Dying, so
Yeah, he's actually got nothing, man. That's crazy.
he's 3,000 net
He's-
worth.
He's transitioned not at all, not one bit. I mean, normally you can see Undying's because they usually get such a good start in most games they play just because he is a very early game oriented hero, but because of that good start, normally you're able to get things up like Crimson Guard or Pipe or Mech or something like that, but he's just got nothing.
Ooh, the Envy. If he didn't walk back when that repel was about to wear off, he would have most certainly been dead. Control Pink's coming out. They seem to know Bone 7's going to scout them out. Firefly Lasso, they bring back Pilot Die, and he's probably, he can try to tether away and actually will make it out. Splits up in a couple of seconds. Hex out a No-Tail. There's the pull coming in as well. No-Tail does fall, has buyback, and he's up at 55. So he probably has to use that buyback as his ultimate is ready to go. Eye of the Storm. They have Glyph. They have no Lasso. They have Split, and they have Call Down. Jump in. Misery gets an Ice Impale only onto Bulba. Call Down going through. BKB is going to get Popper Black. Misery about to go down and will. They get the J off, but not onto Envy. Envy getting right click down. That's a double kill for Black. Meanwhile, Vanta finally gets the split off. Tombstone going to work, but does fall in the end. No casualties for Tinker yet. They're getting chased down, however. Eye of the Storm working in that Fire Panda. Now they get the pull on Bone 7. He's done so. He has no buyback. Gets bodied. No tell as well. Silence up. Misery. Plasma Field. Black is going in. Meanwhile, Envy back up and alive, but he just bought back. Bulba's still going to work at 100 HP. They take down Envy.
GG.
That'll be the game. Tinker 2-0 Cloud9 in DotaPit Season 3. What an unexpected result. Team Tinker playing absolutely amazingly in this 2-game series. Holy.
Yeah, that was a sick team fight to end it all off. It was the climactic team fight at the end. Tons of cool plays. At the very beginning, I gotta say, nicely played by Koikfa. He actually went in onto the Omni, pulled him through, sheeped him. Actually, he sheeped him first, then pulled him. But then he, in the middle of his auto attacks, also orchided the Nyx in the background, so he couldn't cast any spells. So he used both his sheep and the orchids in one go, and it was a pretty nice play. And then dodging tons of stuff. He died in the end, but he definitely made his impact on that fight. And they tried to buy back, and you said the Omni GA didn't hit Gyro? Is that?
Yeah, it was out of range. Because I saw
huge.
it and I saw him. I mean, he got static link, then got right clicked down by Black, and he died almost instantly.
Yeah, that was because I saw the I thought the Gyro was sitting next to him, but I must have missed it, and because he was taking a lot of auto attack damage. That could have maybe been a difference maker in that fight, but I don't know about that. I think that the storm was just too big, and the initial pick off in the Bat Rider when he went into the Wisp, no one followed up. They didn't have anyone ready to go. The Nyx was TPing in, but they weren't ready, and so the Bat Rider kind of maybe jumped the gun, so to speak. But nice draft from Team Tinker, but kind of weird draft from Cloud9 at the same time.
I definitely agree. The draft, the Nyx Assassin was underwhelming early on. Later on, he had some very, very nice impales, but it just wasn't enough. And Team Tinker had enough of a lead that their margin of error was pretty big. So they take the 2-0 victory, which is super surprising, I think, to a lot of people. But nonetheless, it looks like Tinker might be back with this new squad. Black might have been exactly what they needed. And so far, a very good start for them here in Group A of DotaPit. That will put them up to, I believe, 2-2, excuse me, as they lost their first series to Asus Polar. So now they're 2-2. Cloud9 moved down to 4-4. And Group A continues onward. Still many games to go. And, well, we have another pretty big matchup. It's going to be EG versus Team Tinker tomorrow at 20 CET. So just 30 minutes earlier than what we had today. Definitely check that out. Of course, as always, joined by the High Ground Production Squad. Mawpax had to step out early, but you can check him out at Mawpax on Twitter. Pitmuckle's with us today doing the production. Check him out at Pitmuckle. And, of course, our native German speaker. We also have Tralf, a decent German speaker in his own right. You can check him out at Tralf Dota. And you can check me out at Mott Dota on Twitter as well. I am a very subpar German speaker. So use that to your own, use that with what you will. And with that being said, actually, before we head out of here, Trolf, any closing thoughts before we peace out?
I got nothing. I was trying to think of something, and you know what? I just drew a blank, man. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, that's a
sorry,
Grant.
Shout out to Grant. If you don't do Savage Fridays, man, we're gonna have some problems, and that's all I got, man. I'm sorry. Tut mir leid.
Tomorrow's match is apparently postponed. Is that what I heard?
That is just the information coming in. EG versus Team Tinker 20 CET is just postponed.
That sucks.
That's unfortunate.
Rip.
Rip indeed. Well, we'll keep you posted on when that game will be. If that is not the next game, then March 16th we have a doubleheader. And Vega versus Virtus Pro, about that. Then after that, Tinker versus NIP at 19 CET.
Jesus, man.
I mean,
That's
I
some
don't
issues
know.
here, dude.
Yeah, we're having some problems, folks. We'll get this sorted out for you. Just listen. Follow us on Twitter. We'll tell you when the next match is. Follow DotaPit on Twitter. They'll tell you when the next match is at DotaPit on Twitter. DotaPit.com. Shout out to all the sponsors. And guys, thank you so much for watching. We will see you all later. Bye, everybody.
G2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning, solid as a rock, cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace. Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!
There's a smoke, by the way, from Cloud9, MV, No Tail, and Bone 7. As we reconnect to the game, we're getting ready to go. Top lane looks to be a fight as Misery's getting caught out, and looks like Boba will get this kill, waiting for the carapace. Gets impaled. Spirits, he did a bit of damage before dying. Bottom lane, Koikfa out of mana. No stick charges. Lasso's gonna go relocate. Will they save him? Called out as well. They bring in Bulba. They do already grab one. They're gonna grab maybe two here if they're not careful. Pilot Eye's gonna get blown up. They repel Envy, but of course the quill sprays go through it. However, here comes Black. Envy about to fall and will. Turns into a 2 for 2. 3 for 2. Now Fata running in. He does have split. Static Link's gonna go. Fata waiting to use it. The clap's gonna fly out. Black seals 168 damage. Whip 1. He's gonna have to split. He barely gets it off. And Flo, Bulba gets a double kill, bringing down the Batrider as well. The split used defensively to stay alive. Waits you up in the air. Black man fighting the Fire Panda with 224 extra damage. Get that 12 gold, Black. Get that 12.
Do they pick Gyro into a storm? I don't 100% remember.